At a vibrant campaign rally for Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, Elon Musk took the stage with a robust and urgent message about the upcoming election. Following a round of applause, Trump introduced Musk, lauding his achievements in technology and space exploration. "Come on up, Elon," Trump invited as Musk approached the microphone to address the enthusiastic crowd. Musk started with a playful remark, saying, "I'm not just mega, I'm dark mega," which drew some laughter from the audience. However, he quickly shifted to a more severe tone, emphasizing the need for decisive leadership during challenging times. "Who do you want representing America?" Musk asked, further energizing the crowd. He described the election as the most critical of our lifetime, warning that essential rights like free speech and the right to bear arms were at stake. Musk specifically criticized states like California for banning voter ID laws, questioning, "How can we ensure a fair election without ID?" Elon Musk delivered a clear and urgent message: register to vote and ensure others do the same. Drag them to register, he emphasized, warning that this could be the last election if people don't vote. With just 48 hours remaining to register in critical states such as Georgia and Arizona, his sense of urgency was undeniable. He closed his speech with a mighty rallying cry: "Be persistent. Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote." The crowd erupted in applause, energized by Musk's passionate reminder of how vital voting is in this pivotal election. After attending Trump's campaign event, Elon Musk sat down for an interview with Tucker Carlson. Their conversation became controversial as Musk delved into the political and social landscape surrounding Donald Trump's campaign and its possible effects. In a notable moment, Musk made a blunt remark, stating, "Nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless." His comment, laced with criticism, seemed to portray Kamala Harris as merely a figurehead. "What do you achieve?" "Nothing. Just another puppet," he continued, eliciting a reaction of shock and agreement from Carlson. Musk further argued that no one would target Joe Biden, claiming it would be equally pointless. Carlson shared a knowing laugh with Musk, who appeared to relish the controversy. Their conversation then turned to another significant mystery: the notorious Jeffrey Epstein client list. Carlson highlighted the issue, criticizing the disparity between the prosecution of January 6 protesters and the lack of action against anyone on Epstein's client list. With frustration, Carlson remarked, "Not one person on the Epstein client list," and asked Musk if he thought the list would ever be made public. Musk's reply was sharp: "If Trump wins, that Epstein client list will be made public." Musk hinted that some of Kamala Harris's wealthiest supporters were backing her not for ideological reasons but out of fear. According to Musk, these billionaires were deeply concerned about what might unfold if Trump regained power, particularly about the Epstein scandal being exposed. Musk suggested that certain billionaires supporting Kamala feared the implications, hinting at the existence of influential forces trying to suppress this information. Recognizing the weight of Musk's words, Carlson probed further, inquiring if Trump might be included on that client list. Musk hesitated briefly before replying, slightly evasive yet implying more complexity. "Those aren't doctored photos," he remarked enigmatically, hinting at possible connections between Trump and Epstein while allowing the audience to conclude. The discussion took a speculative turn as Musk became more animated while discussing his belief in the deep entrenchment of political elites protecting one another. He pointed out the lack of prosecution for any high-profile individuals linked to Epstein. If he weren't a billionaire, he probably would have stormed the Capitol himself, Musk quipped about Trump, though there was a notable truth behind his jest. As the conversation began to wrap up, Carlson asked Musk whether he thought law enforcement was complicit in shielding the names on Epstein's client list. Musk replied thoughtfully, suggesting it wasn't unreasonable to consider that some in power might be actively working to keep those names hidden. "Of course, there could be complicity," he stated, alluding to political and law enforcement figures who might have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. The interview left little doubt that Musk, with his bold and unapologetic remarks, had become a lightning rod for controversy. His willingness to speak so openly about high-stakes political and social issues, combined with his support for Trump, was sure to send ripples across both the media landscape and political circles. Musk raised concerns about Epstein's initial prosecution, noting that despite his conviction for sex crimes, many influential individuals continued to associate with him. The initial case was handled very leniently, Musk pointed out, mentioning that a Trump appointee oversaw the first prosecution. This underscored the leniency Epstein enjoyed due to his connections with prominent figures like Bill Gates, the Clintons, and even Trump. Carlson quickly added to the discussion, highlighting Epstein's links to the Virgin Islands and Stacey Plaskett and Bank of America's financial involvement. Bank of America was quite complicit, Carlson stated, referencing leaked emails that showed a friendly relationship between Epstein and the bank even after his conviction. There's no plausible deniability after he's already been arrested and prosecuted for sex crimes. Musk concurred with this assessment. The conversation intensified as they examined the ongoing protection Epstein seemed to receive from the elite despite his criminal background. Bill Gates was highlighted as one individual who persisted in his association with Epstein following the initial conviction. Bill Gates and the Virgin Islands still sought to maintain a relationship with him, Musk said, frustrated. Carlson nodded in agreement, recognizing the bizarre and troubling nature of Epstein's lingering influence among the powerful. I completely agree with you, Carlson said, commending Musk's perspective. He pointed out that even after Epstein's crimes were publicly revealed, figures like Gates and institutions such as Bank of America continued to have connections with him. The two then shifted the focus to the journalist who first uncovered Epstein's crimes. There was a great Southern Florida reporter who Musk emphasized the journalist's relentless efforts to expose Epstein's actions, acknowledging their role in bringing these issues to light. He pointed out that, despite the revelations, Epstein continued to be shielded by a network of powerful individuals who protected him from further investigation. It's a protection racket, Carlson added, suggesting the possibility of blackmail and coercion involved. The discussion naturally shifted to Epstein's notorious island in the Caribbean and his expansive estate in New Mexico. Musk and Carlson speculated about the activities that might have taken place in these remote locations, implying that Epstein could have used them to collect compromising information on his high-profile visitors. Musk remarked, whether it was his Caribbean island, his residence in New Mexico, or aboard the Lolita Express, referring to Epstein's private jet, he traveled around the globe with people like Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. Carlson, visibly intrigued, pressed on. Do you think they had compromising information on these individuals? Musk didn't provide a direct response but implied that the evidence was significant. They were ingratiating themselves with the wealthy and powerful, potentially possessing information about them, Musk said, leaving the audience to contemplate the extent of Epstein's influence over some of the world's most prominent figures. As the discussion continued, it became clear that Musk and Carlson believed Epstein's network was far more complex and insidious than many had realized. They speculated on the role of Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, who had also been convicted of sex trafficking. Musk referenced the mysterious death of Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, who had died under suspicious circumstances on a yacht named after her. It's questionable, Musk said, alluding to the murky and interconnected world that Epstein and Maxwell operated within. The deeper Musk and Carlson went into the conversation, the clearer it became that they believed Epstein's influence stretched far beyond what was publicly known. It's not just about his wealth or properties, Musk concluded. It's about how deeply entrenched he was in the lives of these powerful people. The discussion intensified as Carlson and Musk delved into the implications of current security measures for Trump, highlighting America's changing political violence landscape. Musk leaned back, adopting a more serious tone. We are in an era where the notion of political violence is part of our discourse. It's concerning. The seriousness of these threats, particularly against Trump, is evident, he remarked. Carlson nodded, contemplating the dramatic shift in rhetoric surrounding political figures. Absolutely. It seems the emphasis has shifted to a blame game rather than focusing on the real issue, the safety of public officials, irrespective of their political party. Musk drew a parallel between the culture of political figures and the entertainment industry, citing Puff Daddy as an example of someone with legitimate ties to music yet engaging in questionable after-hours activities. He suggested that, like the music industry, politics is full of secrets. Carlson chimed in, probing the connections of high-profile individuals to Epstein. Was Gates just attending conferences, or was he more involved? That's the real question. Imagine what might break open if the truth emerged. Musk responded skeptically, cautioning against finger-pointing without solid evidence.